hope y'all are doing well. I have decided for this video to be a couple of days vlog. It's not gonna be a full week, but I figured a few days I have this week and I have some extra time and space, so I figured I could bring you guys along with me. But I just noticed I don't have any nightstands yet. And I don't know if we can maybe go to IKEA or the thrift store or someplace where maybe I could find something, but I am getting tired of not having anything in the corners, so maybe we can do that. But as far as today goes, I figured I would just do a reading. I did some journaling today, and there's this girl that I follow on YouTube, Charmed Intuition. I love her videos. I find her voice very soothing and just relaxing, and I like how she structures her videos in saying like, hey, like, again, these aren't, completely like, take it for what you will, like, it's not like truth by any means, but again, it's all for interpretation. So the things that she says, it's just her own intuition, and you as the viewer can take what she says, to heart, or just kind of seeing how things work out for you. So anyways, I like her videos, and I will link her channel down below, but I like her videos, and I decided to watch one of them this morning, and I did some journaling about it, but it made me think about what I can maybe focus on this week with, and I decided to maybe do my own reading. So I'm gonna do a reading, and feel free to see for yourself what these cards mean to you. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, so let's spread out my cards. So one, you can see my collection, but two, I can kind of figure out by looking at them which cards I want to use. All right, well, here are my cards. As you saw in my last video, I used my own personal deck that I've made. Again, it's just all collaging materials, and I laminated them. They're really hard to shuffle. Hopefully one day I can put them on actual cardstock that would be easier to shuffle, but that's gonna take some time. But I have this deck, and then I also have the Green Witch Oracle deck, which you saw in my last video. But the other ones, this is the first deck I ever bought for myself, the Medicine cards. I don't use this one quite often. I don't know if I'm going to use this one today, but I have this deck. I have my Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck, which I love the artwork on this. And then my Disney Villains tarot deck. I think this is just so fun, and again, the artwork's really pretty. I think when it comes to buying decks or making decks, composition as well as the artwork themselves is really what I look at when it comes to buying something for myself, unless I'm actually making it. But if I'm gonna buy a deck, I really look at the artwork. So I don't know if you guys are the same, or if you are interested in getting a deck for yourself. That could be one component, but I think for today's reading, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know why, but this one's kind of speaking to me today, so let's go ahead and start the reading. All right, so this is mostly for me, but if anything resonates with you guys, great. And again, you take with what I have with a grain of salt, and anything else that doesn't sit with you, that's okay. Again, like, this is interpretation, right? How we're actually perceiving things. So some things might work for you, and then some things might not. Sorry, I am a horrible shuffler. I don't know how people do this on their own channels, if this is what their content is. I'm not the best shuffler. Okay, I'm gonna leave that out. So don't mind my shuffling. But I think, what I kind of want to focus on is what's my week not going to look like, but what maybe I can focus on a little bit with, and what intentions do I need to set for myself as I go about this week. So again, if things resonate with you, great. And if not, you can get to see the pretty artwork that's on this deck and maybe even figure out what type of style of readings you like, and maybe how, if you do your own readings, what that process looks like for you. You can kind of refine it yourself and see what works for you. So yeah. Okay, let's just start with these 3 cards. So the first card is, we got the Star. Second, ooh, the Devil upside down, and then we have the 6 of Intelligence. Now, again, I'm still learning tarot itself. I find I naturally gravitate towards like oracle cards or affirmation cards just because I feel like I can read them better, but tarot I am learning, so that's why I'm going to be using the book. So the Star, let's see what it says. So the Star, I believe is, yeah, Major Arcana. We got the Devil. Oh, okay. So the Star. It says, finding something to focus on that can guide us through life, our internal guidance system, our North Star. Isn't this artwork so pretty? Yeah, so finding something to focus on that can guide us through life. Well, I guess that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to find that focus. But I will say what I am focusing on is career, my art business. I'm trying to build something with my art business. It's slow. And I think I've said it in my videos prior, like I'm currently on Etsy, but I would like to eventually transition from Etsy to Spotify or Squarespace or some other platform. And I've been doing some research on it. So I think, yeah, if I were to say like what this could represent, it could be my career / turning hobbies into my career. So yeah, I feel like this is talking about my career focus. The Devil, how we deal with our shadow self. This card calls us to cut through lies and see how honest we can be with ourselves. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like maybe with this card, I'll flip it upside down so you can see this card. Look at him being so menacing. I feel like, yeah, in some ways, since it's upside down, I really haven't been honest with myself in terms of how I view my career or how I see myself. I think sometimes when I'm going through stuff, I will just go with the flow, or I get so into an autopilot mode, I don't really get to sit and be with myself. So I'm wondering if this is what that card is kind of talking about, in how am I actually being honest with myself, and how am I actually sitting with my thoughts and my feelings, or am I just letting it happen and not taking time to reflect? And that could be too why, like, hey, like, sure, I am focusing on things, but how honest am I actually being? And if I am not truly focused, or maybe I'm focusing on the wrong things, how that could influence how I'm actually being honest with myself. So, yeah, maybe that's, yeah, I think if I'm not being honest and transparent with myself, that could sway how I actually focus on things. So, okay. And then the next one, 6 of Intelligence. I'm gonna keep my finger there. Intelligence. So, freeing yourself from burdens and old ways of thinking. Again, here's the close-up of the artwork. I think I already said it, like, I don't always do the best at taking things slow and really just sitting with myself and reflecting. I think doing that today is challenging maybe my past behavior of just, all right, I wake up, I do this, go about my day, and then I end it in a certain routine. And instead of like, hey, can I disrupt it enough to figure out what it is that I'm feeling and thinking, and how does that reflect in my behavior for today and my perception of how I'm seeing myself today and everything else, or am I just like kind of going by and not really like channeling what I truly want? Because even with this card, like, again, there's movement, and am I charging things with actual intelligence, or am I charging things being reactive and emotional and not truly diving into the why I'm feeling things, how I'm feeling things, and I'm just like doing it? And even with this card, like, there's, yeah, what am I pouring into, and how am I drinking from it, or am I just starving myself? Or not starving myself, but am I, not filling up my cup enough and taking time to sip from it to where the energy that I'm having of whatever I'm moving towards is actually good for me? So I guess, actually, yeah, let me have a clarifying card, because I have a question, I guess, with this in terms of how I could be more into myself. What do I need to do, or what can be what can be said more about this card? So I've got the 3 of Charisma. Let's see. Charisma. 3 of Charisma. Using the power of a team and learning how to collaborate. Okay. I said this earlier to one of my friends. I feel out of touch with myself and with others, and maybe if I can be more in touch with others, not holding it in, actually being collaborative with how I'm feeling, what's going on through my brain, that maybe that could help me bring some perspective into what I'm initially feeling and thinking, so that I can make better choices for self, being able to focus a little bit more in what I'm putting my energy into, so that energetically I can move in the direction. I really like this movement that this card has. I can move in the direction that I actually want to. So being more collaborative, not just sitting with self. And I think that's another thing too. Like, sometimes I can get lost in my own head, and being collaborative, actually expressing my emotions, can be difficult sometimes. And I think that's partially why I am doing these videos too. Like, it's causing and forcing me to doing something I wouldn't normally do, which, even though I am by myself, but I'm also expressing my thoughts and my feelings with y'all. So in some ways it is being collaborative. So yeah, as far as changing, what did this say? Changing old patterns and habits would be to actually be collaborative, actually express myself. And then when I do express myself, sitting with it and seeing what happens. So, so I think the takeaway is what I can focus on this week is, how can I be collaborative? How am I actually processing my feelings and thoughts, and am I actually being honest with myself? And if I do that, will that help me focus on things that truly matter? And can I maybe be more aware of what I'm pouring my energy into, and is this actually going to be helping me break old patterns and habits, or am I just repeating patterns? If this resonated with you, awesome. And if not, I hope you enjoyed this artwork. If you thought about getting this deck or were curious about this deck, now you know what the artwork kind of looks like. Well, there you have it. I don't know if this resonated with you, like I said, but if it did, then I would maybe challenge you guys to write or to reflect a little bit for yourself of what are some things that you're pouring into energetically, and has it been helpful? Are there patterns or habits that we need to change for ourselves? How are we actually being honest and transparent with ourselves? So this could be a good time to reflect and write about it, make some art about it. Whatever the case is, I would love to know what came up for you. Again, if this resonated, or if there are certain things, questions that popped in your own head, feel free to put it in the comment section down below. But let's go check on the bunnos, see what they're doing, and I feel like making salsa, so let's go do that. But let's check on the bunnies first. Oh, bunnies. Oh, we got one bunny. Two bunny. Look at them, just, it's their sleepy nap time. Look at them being so comfy. Also, don't mind the poop. Actually, since I'm here, I try to keep their area clean, so I do need to sweep and pick up their poop. So let me clean their area real quick before I start making the salsa. Bunny's area is all clean. I don't think they're happy because they're like, but we want treats. So I don't think they're very happy with me right now, but whatever. Let's go make some salsa because I'm craving salsa and chips. Okay, so I know everybody does their salsa different, and there's no right way, wrong way, but if there is a right way, it's my way. No, I'm just kidding. I know everybody does it differently, but this is a new oven, so I'm still kind of getting used to like the settings and stuff, but what I did last time, I feel like it worked. So I only have baked, broil, or warm options on here. There's no roasting option, which I find weird because my last oven had that. So we're gonna broil, and I'm going to set it for 450, and I'm gonna let that prep and heat up before I put all my veggies and stuff on there. So I'm gonna wait till that heats up, and then we can start making the salsa.
got a little cutie snack. Dude, I love these. These are so good. Anyways, now that's roasting, I need to clean up my space a little bit. I know, Katie, it doesn't look messy. To be fair, yes, it is not messy, but in my brain, it's messy. And I need to fix it. So, or at least like organize it a little bit. So let's do that. Also with the roasting, what I do is, I know for some people you put it in the oven for like 45 minutes. I put it to a higher temp, so I don't know how long that's going to be. But I'm just going to check and make sure that I want to see a little bit of black on top of like the tomatoes, onions, and the peppers. I want to see a little bit of black. So once it happens, then I will take them out and then put them in the blender. So that's with the roasting. But let's kind of organize the space and we'll just kind of go from there. I just received a message that one of my patients who I have in 30 minutes needs to reschedule. So I have like a full almost hour and a half before I have to get to my next session. So that gives me plenty of time to make my salsa, organize the space, and then have a patient. So let's get organizing. This bag. So this is on my Etsy shop. I think, again, I might have mentioned this before, but out of the print on demand stuff, the glass tumblers and the tote bags have been my favorite thing so far. Actually, there's a couple of t-shirts too that I have that I'm really happily, wow, I can't even talk. I'm very happy with how they turned out, but the tote bags I think are my favorite. This is from my Protect the Landscapes collection, and this one says Protect the Deserts. As someone who lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and lived close to Joshua Tree, deserts have a little special place in my heart. So, Protect the Deserts. Love this tote bag. I've been using this quite often, and it's great for when I go to markets and grocery shopping. If I don't have enough bags, I can just throw stuff in here, but I need to kind of switch things out a bit. I don't have too much on my desk, but this little guy, so this has been kind of like my little fidget thing that I have kind of near my computer while I'm like working and having sessions. I don't know, sometimes I feel the need to like have something in my hands, but this is something that someone in our neighborhood, this little girl was selling this handmade, she calls them snakes. This one is kind of giving the hungry caterpillar. She was selling them for like 50 cents, and me and my partner, we decided to just grab a few and support her, support small businesses. So I have this little snake here that I think is adorable, and it helps me focus in session. Okay, so my shelves here. I would like to get more shelves, and I'm thinking of on top of the closet here to putting a shelf, and that would give me some more space to put like books up there, maybe a plant. But I would like to get some more shelves because I don't have a lot of storage space, I guess. This is where I keep my sketchbooks, my journals, and my other like art therapy stuff. I have like D&D stuff over here. Printer. I'm slowly, I think I mentioned this already, but I'm slowly trying to put things together for my art business. I'm slowly transitioning or trying to transition from Etsy to some other platform like Shopify, Squarespace, all that. So I need to get some things in order for me to do that. There's still some print-on-demand things that I'll probably keep, but in printing things on my own, like stickers or art prints, like I want to have something here. And since I have a new space that I could work with, I want to do that. So there's still some things I'm working on with my art business, but in terms of career, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on what does art therapy look like for me? How do I want to be in and as an art therapist? So right now I am doing clinical art therapy, but I would like to expand and have more non-clinical art therapy. So I'm currently taking a course, online business breakthrough for art therapy, and it's by a woman, and her website is thirstyforart.com. She's very insightful. The workbook here has so far has gotten me thinking about a few things, but I am just starting on it. So I think in terms of what my cards were saying earlier on what I can focus on, again, what am I pouring into? I'm pouring into a little bit of my art business, a little bit into my art therapy business, and trying to get some things going with that. But again, I think it's a slow process. But in the meantime, as I'm trying to navigate both businesses, basically, still trying to take care of self. And I just got this watercolor book that maybe we could do together at some point. If you have something like this, then yeah, we could do it together, or just having a time where we are crafty and doing art. So this is a little watercolor workbook of different birds, and I think the structure of it is helpful, and I know that my artwork is probably, or my watercolor work is not going to look exactly like this, but again, that's part of practicing, right? Like, you have to kind of do it and stay consistent with it and then learn. So I figured this would be a good way to just kind of keep the watercolor techniques up for me, and we can do it together at some point. So I have this, I'll keep this here, but I think my space is organized enough, or at least stuff is put away where I feel comfortable now. And let's go check on the salsa to see how roasted they are and get to blending all the ingredients together so I can have salsa. So I've got my salsa in a jar and in a bowl. This is what I'm eating right now. Is it warm? Or is it hot? Yes. But is it good? Yeah. Excellent. Go make some salsa. It's so good. So good. And so easy to make. Bueno. Bueno, bueno. I have some cilantro stalks that I didn't use because I would like to give them to Luna and Finley. So let's go give them a little snack. Oh, Finley. Hey, Finley. Where's Luna? Oh. Hey, Luna. You guys want a snack? Come on. See if I have some packages. I have packages. Okay, well, these are not the packages that I'm waiting on. There's one package I'm waiting for, and it is a cutting machine, almost like a Cricut, but a different brand, because I've heard and have researched a lot on the Cricut, and I've heard some good things, but I've heard some bad things, and I just want to try this brand out, see how it goes, and then if all else fails, then maybe I'll invest in a Cricut. But I've heard some bad things, so I'm like, let's start with this first. So I'm waiting on that, but it's not here. So it might arrive today, it might arrive tomorrow, but I'm going to sign off now because I have a session in like 30 minutes, so I just want to collect myself before I get into that. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for making some salsa with me. Please make some salsa. It's so good. It's easy. And it's a yummy snack. It's my favorite snack. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello, it's the next day and I don't have any patients today, which is so nice. I feel like every time I have a little bit of a break during the week, I'm like, dang, if I get another job, I won't have days like this where I will have patients all one day and then the next day nothing. Like I would still have to like work. I don't know if that sounds lazy, but I'm finding that I like the freedom that I have with like my scheduling, because I can have moments like this where I don't have any patients one day and I can just take care of business or just do some self-care or do this. So I feel like today might be a thrift trip. Not a big one by any means, but I do have to go to Goodwill to drop some stuff off, and I've always wanted to see what this Goodwill looks like on the inside, so yeah, might go check it out. I don't know what other kinds of thrift stores are around this area. I've seen one like on the freeway and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go clock that. I'll check that out. But I don't know if there are any other type of thrift stores around. So we might do a thrift trip today and just see, maybe they will have an end table for the bedroom, because again, as you saw yesterday, that room is pretty bare. And I know it'll take some time to get everything together, but yeah, it would be nice to have some sort of little table there. That way my phone isn't charging on the floor, or the books. Literally my end table is just a box filled with books. So would like to change that up. So yeah, we'll see what this Goodwill has in store. So let's go pack up the car and then head to Goodwill. car is all packed, and I think the ride is about a 20-minute drive, so let's go drop this stuff off. And oh, this isn't working. Okay, let's go. Okay, well, that was a lot, and it started to get really busy. It's around, I don't even know what time it is right now. It is almost 11:15, and yeah, the store started to get a little bit busy. The store is a lot smaller than I anticipated. There wasn't any furniture. There were like some knickknacks, some baskets, some things for like organizing stuff. Also, the store had some newer items, so that was pretty interesting, but no furniture. The stuff that I showed you guys, I only kept 2 of them because I would love to at some point have a color analysis done where, you know, they look at what colors work well with your skin tones. And the stuff that I gravitated towards, I mean, I thought they were really cute and pretty, but I'm finding that I just gravitate towards the things that I like, and I don't know if they actually look good. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to have colors in my wardrobe that actually look good, but also goes with the things that or the style that I like generally. I don't know. It's a work in progress, but I picked up 2 things, and we'll see what the next place has to offer. But I feel like I need coffee or food, something, because being in there, that exerted a lot of energy, and just being around people, I was already feeling like, so let's go grab something real quick and then head to the second Goodwill. See, this is what I'm saying, like, they have a bunch of brand new, like, stuff. I've never seen a Goodwill have stuff like this. Yeah, what the heck? Very, very interesting. Well, as suspected, I did not find any furniture. Well, there was like a couple patio seats, but that's so weird. Maybe I need to go back to Savers at some point and see if they have any new furniture, but yeah, no furniture in this one. I mean, I don't mind going to like IKEA and spending some money and investing in some furniture, but if I could find cheap furniture that is still in good condition at Goodwill or at a garage sale or something, I would much rather do that, but we'll see. So no luck furniture wise here, but I did find a couple of pieces
from this Goodwill, so I will show you guys my haul when I get home. I'm gonna go to a Korean market next to get some lettuce for the bunnies because I have been sleeping on Korean markets. And if you guys haven't been to a Korean market, go, because the produce there looks amazing. So I'm gonna go get some bunny lettuce and then we'll head home. Here is the matcha latte. Cheers. It's not heavy on the matcha flavor. It's actually very light. I think it's just more of like the milk that I'm tasting, which isn't bad, but I was hoping more of a kick of a matcha flavor, so oh well, I tried it, and maybe I'll try something else the next time I go. So anyways, let's go home. Alright, well, there you have it. Would I go back to those Goodwills? Maybe. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't find any end tables, but that's okay. Maybe I'll go to IKEA, maybe I'll find something on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. But I will still be on the hunt for end tables, but what I did get from the Goodwill, I'm pretty happy with, so I think I'm gonna call it a day, guys, but thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, everybody. It's the next day, and I only have one patient today, which is fantastic because I'm feeling energetically a little drained, and to me, it doesn't make much sense as to why I would feel this way, because as far as work goes, things have been great. Pretty easy to navigate, sessions have been good. I do need to catch up on some notes, so I don't know if that's kind of what's holding me back, but regardless, like, work has been fine. Home life, also fine. So I don't really know why it is that I'm feeling this way, so I'm grateful that I only have one session today so I can focus on some other things that I would like to get done. Like, a thought just came into my head of, why don't we clean out the closet? We just went to Goodwill, we got a few articles of clothing, and we could go through our closet to make room for the new things. So maybe I just need to do a closet cleanse. Other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything else to do today, so let's go make some coffee first, spend some time with the bunnies, let them have outside time, and then we can set a little bit more of an intention of how we want to go about my day. Alright, well, I'm not going to show my whole coffee making process because y'all know that already. I've shown that multiple times. As much as I love doing the little aesthetic coffee moments, which I will still do because I like making them. But today I'm not going to do that. So I wanted to at least highlight a little bit of, again, this is something my boyfriend 3D printed, so if you would like, and if you have a 3D printer or know someone has a 3D printer and you would like to have this design to funnel your coffee grinds, let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below and I can give you guys the a link to this. But the newest thing he's created is a little coffee bean scoop that has magnets in it. You can hook it onto something, but we've hooked it on to the side of this. So yeah, you just, this. It's magnetic and just, so maximum storage.
So one of the thoughts I had just now was, what if what I'm feeling is due to the fact that I am having a friend come out here? Since I've moved out here, she'll be my first visitor, and not that I'm feeling anxious about it, but it's gotten me thinking about my other friends and how intentional we've been with each other in making time and seeing each other, because most of my friends aren't around. I mean, when I was in Louisiana, I didn't have anybody and I made friends out there, but none of my friends visited me when I was out there. And then when I was in Kentucky, I made friends and I had friends out there, but my closest friends, a few of them came out and visited me. But now that I'm out here in Washington, again, kind of stuck in I have friends, and there's been some talk of visitations and, making time for each other, but having other friends other than them requires me to engage more and to be out in my community and to make friends, and it's difficult for me. I don't really know how to start those friendships a lot of the times because I get too much in my head, or I just find that I can't build off of the relationship. So I don't know, it's gotten me thinking about my friendships and how intentional I've been, how I've been taking some initiative in reaching out, and sometimes I drop the ball on that, and I think that's kind of what I'm feeling too, is recognizing that I've dropped the ball in a lot of ways, and I want to make sure that I am strengthening those relationships, but also, if I am saying that these people are important to me, like, what am I actually doing? So I think that's also a factor as to why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Like, I'm realizing I need to be more intentional, take initiative, and to make new friends. So I'm looking forward to my friend coming out here. I think we'll have a lot of fun, and it'll be good to see each other in person, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, it's got me thinking. And also, I am gonna clean my closet. I think I just need to do something to get this energy out, so yeah, I'll be cleaning my closet today. Anyways, not to bring the mood down, welcome to my brain and how I process and talk things out. I guess that's why I wanted to do YouTube in general too, was to get myself out there to where I can be vulnerable with self and to express how I'm feeling, because I know I'm not the only one who's going through this. I think there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat as me. Again, going through different things in our lives and living life differently, but understanding the feeling of it's hard to make friends, it's hard to have our shit together sometimes, and that's what makes us human, right? Like, sometimes we do well, sometimes we don't, and how do we learn and grow and all of that? That's just part of the human experience. So I know I'm not the only one, so it's helpful for me in getting this stuff out there. So if you've experienced this or also have trouble as an adult making friends, give me a thumbs up. I want to see if there are other people who are feeling the same way. And I think that's another thing too, of if I can express myself and reach somebody who's felt the same way, you know, that's how we build community, and supporting each other and helping each other grow. And again, like I have to be the one to change my own behavior and my thought process, but I can absolutely still share and have support by others as I'm doing this work for myself. So yeah, if you've ever felt like this, give me a likes up so that I can see something in this video resonated with you. So I'm about done. Not about done. I'm almost done with my coffee, but it is getting pretty hot out here, and I think I need to bring the bunnies in. So let's wrangle them up and bring them back inside. Wait, you ready? Come on. Where's Luna? Oh, there you are. You ready? Nuna. I got Finley. Come on. He's ready. Come on. Alright, so I'm in the bedroom, bunnies are inside, and let me show you my closet so you can see what we're dealing with. Alright, ta-da! I can already see my t-shirts need to be looked at, like, that's so messy, ew. Then all of this needs to be organized, and then I can go through all my shirts, dresses, skirts, all of that, and see what I can organize. Go through my hats up there, and some of this stuff here. I definitely need to go through my jeans again, because I feel like I have too many. So let's get to organizing. Okay, well, I think I should start with the t-shirts first, because I feel like that'll be the easiest thing for me to kind of look at.
my closet is done, and again, I know it doesn't look like much, but I feel much better. And I realize that sometimes I hold on to things maybe for nostalgic or sentimental reasons, and not so much asking myself, hey, am I actually going to wear this or use this as it's intended, or am I just gonna keep it on the shelf forever? So I feel good that I put stuff in the giveaway pile, and now I can check this off my list, and energetically I feel better. So I'm gonna call it a day. But thank you guys for joining me this week, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. Be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.